Isang mapayapang hapon, Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV, lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Ang talento ng mga Filipino artists ay patuloy na umaangat sa international stage, mula sa musika, teatro, visual arts at maging sa fashion design. Napakarami ng mga kahangahangang disenyo sa international runways na nagpakita ng galing ng mga Filipino designers gamit ang yaman ng ating kultura at tradisyon upang ipamalas ang kanilang husay at pagiging malikhain sa buong mundo. At the heart of this success is a burning passion for one's craft. Maraming Filipino artists na ang nagpatunay na kapag sinundan mo ang iyong puso, maraming oportunidad ang magbubukas. Kapag sinabayan ito ng sipag, tiyaga at dedikasyon, kayang abutin ang tagumpay sa kahit anong larangan. Sa hapong ito, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan para alamin ang success story sa likod ng isa sa pinakamatagumpay nating contemporary fashion designers na si Francis Libiran. Magbabalik ang Art to Art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggalang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang world-class Filipino fashion designer na si Francis Libiran. Magandang hapon, Francis.
Hello, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Welcome for the first time
Yes.
to Art to Art. Okay, since it's your first time, but wait, una sa lahat, congratulations on your 25th anniversary as a fashion designer.
Thank you very much.
Wow, 25 years, that's a milestone. So what are the important lessons that you've learned for, being 25 years in the fashion industry?
Being 25 years in the fashion industry, it molded me to be the person who I am today. Syempre, along the way, we had a lot of mistakes, we had a lot of trials and challenges. But you know what? If you're very passionate, hindi mo papatinag yung mga bagay na yun eh. So, I guess, naging resilient kami as a business, as a brand, to adapt to any situations that na natatanggap namin on a daily basis. And part also is being innovative with what you're doing all the time. I guess
Always,
that's very important. As you go along, and syempre kami mga designer, as we get older, we need to be very relevant in what we're doing. So talagang kailangan nandun ng innovation parate when it comes to what we're doing.
Okay, so magbalik tanaw muna tayo to the very beginning. Galing ka sa field of architecture.
Yes.
So, bago ka pumasok sa fashion design, you were an architect.
Yes.
So, ano ang nagtulak sa'yo para mag-shift ng career? Was there a particular moment when you knew fashion was your true calling?
Actually, Lisa, since 8 years old, I really wanted to be a fashion designer.
Talaga? Okay. Ba't ka
Yeah.
pumasok ng architecture din?
Kasi, syempre, hindi ako papayagan ng dad ko eh. My dad is a very strict and medyo madisciplined na dad. So, at 8 years old, I remember I was really sketching at the back of my notebook and hiding it under my bed. Kasi ayoko
so
makita
patago.
ni dad.
Okay.
Kasi magagalit sa akin. So, and my dad wanted me to be a physical therapist that time. Kasi yun yung uso during that time eh.
Okay.
So, sabi ko, Dad, you know what, I cannot do that. So, ang compromise ko na lang is, I want to study anything related to arts. So, sabi ko, arkitekto na lang, baka pumayag pa. So, pumayag naman si Dad. Sabi niya, sige. But my deal with him was, I'm going to finish being an architect, but after that, I want to go on my own. So, after graduation, I finished on time. I passed the boards. And then, sabi ko sa kanya, after working for 2 years in an architectural firm, ako ba, one day, bigla na lang sabi ko, this is not for me. So I composed my resignation letter and gave it to my boss. The following day, I enrolled in fashion school.
Wow. So it was a leap of faith.
It was a leap of faith, but yung strong passion mo inside, if you're not doing it, if you're not honoring it,
Yes.
violation yun sa sarili mo eh.
True. Okay.
That's why talagang nag-decide ako that day to really, leave architecture and go with what I wanted.
And what does your dad have to say about that now?
Of course. Right now, I mean, my dad is just being a responsible dad. Talagang nung nalaman niya na nag-aral ako ng fashion, sabi niya, ano mangyayari sa'yo niyan? Ano ka sa stress? Patahian? Or that's how he thinks of it, na parang it's really small. So wala, I just need to prove to him that it's not that way. But right now, my dad is very proud. My family lives in the States. I'm the only one here. So I would call them up every day and my dad would always ask me, kamusta ang negosyo?
Okay. But negosyo, ha?
Yes,
Hindi,
negosyo.
hindi kumusta ang art. So, when you were starting pa lang, no, after that leap of faith, ano ang mga, siguro, pinakamalaking challenges na hinarap mo?
Siyempre, usually as a fashion designer, yung iba would go to an established designer to do mentorship program. Ako talagang from after school, I went straight
On your own?
On my own, but with the help of my business partner. He's the one doing everything and the business side of what I'm doing na nakatulong naman. I mean, I cannot do it on my own.
Yeah.
So I had my best friend, R.C. Baltazar, to help me out on the business aspect of it.
I see.
So that really helped the
Yeah.
brand because his thinking is we need to establish a brand. Not just like a fashion designer, the person, but it needs to have a person around you to
Yeah.
help you out in any aspect because at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yes. Okay. Speaking about the brand, ano yung masasabi mong the signature, the defining characteristics of the Francis Libiran brand?
I guess architecture really helped out a lot in what I'm doing in the design aspect because I'm fond of lines. So every concept that I do, every design that I do, I want that line, the architecture, the art deco detail or patterns onto my work.
I can see it already in what you're wearing.
Thank you.
ang very distinctive
Modular,
talaga.
very distinct.
Yes,
So,
modular. Yeah.
Ewan ko ba, nasanay ako sa architecture na talagang I begin with a line and it develops into a form and into something really beautiful.
Okay. And would you have, say, a turning point in your career where yung moment siguro naramdaman mong nakilala ng trabaho mo and posible na talaga na maging matagumpay na negosyo itong your brand?
Siguro the validation there was when, syempre, when I was starting, happy na ako na nagdi-design. Happy na ako na para bang nagagamit ko yung talents ko and people appreciates it. Pero maano siya into a different level and a different form while you're in that business. Talagang makikita mo people would go to you and siguro my biggest break was opening my designs to showbiz people locally and internationally. And I think the first one was with America's Next Top Model. I was given a chance. They contacted me and asked me if I could show my work in their show. So Tyra Banks asked me to make a Hello Kitty collection that time because that was her favorite character. So I designed a Hello Kitty inspired gowns, and Tyra messaged us and said, "Francis, I want it more couture." So the challenge here is, I'll send you lunch boxes, stuffed toys, toothbrushes, and band-aids. Turn it into a couture piece. So that's hindi yun yung aesthetic ko, Lisa.
Yeah.
My aesthetic was very wearable. But I challenged myself. I remember locking myself in a room wherein my mind is really concentrated on that. And it turned out I was able to produce 10 couture outfits for the show.
Wow, so amenable ka sa, like, when the client dictates, I want this, I want this, I want this. You're open to that.
You know what? If I'm given a challenge, I'm up for it.
Okay.
So for me, the most challenging, syempre, is if a bride comes to me and tells me, "Francis, I'm this big, can you do something about it?" Syempre, yun challenge sa akin.
Okay. So may malaki bang diferensya ang mga Filipino clients sa foreign clients?
I think there's a lot kasi Filipino designers are very talented, very resilient. You know what? Nakakatuwa kasi kung ano lang ang available sa atin, we make do of it. And we try to manipulate fabrics. We try to innovate things, though we don't have the technology for it. Pero nagagawa namin ng paraan. Naaano namin siya na nakakalibrate namin ng isang bagay to make it look nice and very unique for the international stage.
Okay. What about, like, you have, say, a foreign client, like what you mentioned earlier, na merong particular, like, taste. Do you suggest otherwise? If kung halimbawa hindi baga, mga foreigners sometimes they have a mind of their own and they want this.
Yes.
You're asking for they ask you for Y, you have X. Okay. So what do you do in these kinds of situations?
You know what? The hardest for me, not really the international clients.
Mga Pilipino?
Mga Pilipino.
Okay.
Sila ang pinakamahirap i-impress. Pero again, I'm up for a challenge.
Yeah.
That's why every time I meet with a client, I really try to sit down with them and talk to them. Because the inspiration comes from the person who I'm talking to. And habang kausap ko sila, talagang my mind is already thinking. And habang kausap ko rin, my hands are already drawing.
Wow. So habang nag-uusap tayo ngayon, kailangan i-design mo na yung aking gown. Para sa opening
Of course,
ng Florante at
yes.
Laura. Okay. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang top Filipino fashion designer na si Francis Libiran. Dito pa rin sa Art to Art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art to Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa kultura, inihahandog ng Palacio de Memoria ang Tertulia de Memoria 2024, isang programang nakatuon sa Philippine literature, music at film sa September 28 mula alas 9 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng gabi sa Villa Roman Hall at sa Los Tamaraos Ballroom. Kabilang sa mga tagapagpalista sina Gerald Tarog, filmmaker, Nick Diocampo, isang filmmaker, film historian at author, Jamie T. Xiao, guru sa UST at author, at si Renato Biluca, Lucas, President ng National Music Competitions for Young Artists Foundation o NAMSA. Para sa karagdagang detalye, mag-email sa hello@palaciodememoria.com. Sa sining visual, inihahandog ng Museo Orlina at ng Grupo Sining Batanggenyo ang exhibit na Batangan, Batanggenyo Art at its Finest. Nagbukas noong September 1, makikita ito hanggang October 30. Tampok ang mga piling obra, mga paintings, sculptures at mixed media works nina Lino Acacio, George Banawa, Nante Carandang, Yal Cast, Zoric Enriquez at Ramon Orlina na pawang tumanggap na ng dangal ng Batangan Award. Ang Museo Orlina ay matatagpuan sa Hollywood Street, Hollywood Subdivision, Tolentino East, Tagaytay City. 4 na exhibits ang sabay-sabay na makikita hanggang September 28 sa Manila Clock Tower Museum. Ang kauna-unahang Clock Tower Museum sa Southeast Asia. Ang mga ito ay ang Timeless Beauty, Maynila, tampok si Pedrong Masipag, ang Tinta Mare, at 50 ng Utak Agham, Utak Sining ng Philippine Science High School Class of 1974, ang SDG's Techno Resilia Art ng ITI Earth Savers Culture Caregiving Service sa Boys Town at ang The Hope Project ni Aris Williamer A. Villester na isang initiative program para sa persons deprived of liberty. Ang Manila Clock Tower Museum ay matatagpuan sa 4th floor ng Manila City Hall, Padre Burgos Avenue, Ermita, Manila. Bukas ito mula Martes hanggang Linggo, alas 10 ng umaga hanggang alas 3 ng hapon.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami,
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggalang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Andito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama pa rin natin ang nagdiriwang ng kanyang 25th year in the fashion industry, ang tanyag na designer na si Francis Libiran. Looking back, Francis, at the recent 2024 Paris Olympics, talaga naman naging isang napakalaking event para sa ating mga Filipino, for the Philippine team. Pwede mo bang ikwento kung paano ka naatasan mag-design ng kasuotan ng ating mga atleta para sa opening ceremonies at ano ang naging vision mo sa pag-design ng iyong sinagbarong?
Before that, I've been doing their parade uniforms for the SEA Games. So I think we started with we made 3 SEA Games barongs already for our athletes. So syempre, hinuhope ko lang one day na Olympics naman sana na mangyari at makapag-design ako ng something for our athletes for the Olympics. So I guess one day the committee messaged me and asked me to design something for them. Sa sobrang excitement ko, I remember that was a Saturday, umaga. By the end of the day, I already have 5 designs for them.
Wow.
You know, it's just been running in my head na para bang sana magawa ko.
Yeah.
And it manifested. And then I sent them the 5 designs. And then after the following day, they gave me the approved design. And then, after a week...
So you gave them 5 designs to choose from?
Yes, to choose from. And then, after a week, I made the prototype already, and they loved it. And then, dire-diretso na. And I remember that phone call, they said that, Francis, the parade will be by the River Seine. So, syempre, ang layo ng distansya from whoever is watching. So, I really wanted an iconic colors of our flag to be seen habang nagpaparade sila. So if you've noticed, the armor or the sling on top of the barong, lahat ng nag-research talaga ako ng vibrant red and blue and the patterns of our sun. Kasi yun yung gusto kong makita. So while watching it, I stayed up until 3 a.m. Sabi ko while watching it, habang pumaparade sila, nakuha yung vision. Kasi they look like flags on that river Seine na hinahangin sila.
Oh, okay. Naiyak ka ba?
Naiyak ako, syempre, kasi para bang it was a proud moment.
Yes, of course.
I mean, not everyone has given a chance to represent their work on an international stage. And syempre, para bang ang feeling ko, I'm also competing. Since it's in Paris, it's the fashion capital of the world, and all the countries are competing with the outfits. Alam mo, hindi ko naman inano yun, para bang hindi ko pinansin masyado, pero it turned out to be like that.
And you won.
Yan yun.
Congratulations there.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of the global stage, your designs, of course, have had international appeal, international exposure. You've designed for many international celebrities, katulad ng nasabi mo nga si Tyra Banks kanina, no?
Yeah.
But how do you ensure that your designs celebrate Filipino culture and craftsmanship kahit na kailangan mo ring mag-appeal sa international audience?
Every time we get invited to a fashion week, whether it's in China, in Dubai, talagang ang pinakaano namin is, I'm a designer from the Philippines. That's our packaging. So, if ever we promote our materials, like our barongs, our pinya, and husi, given a chance, ginagamit talaga namin siya. And we explain to the media what it's made out of. So, the embroidery, the beading, the craftsmanship are all handmade from the Philippines. So, that's one way for me to promote our country.
Can I ask, do you sew yourself? Or you design and others execute your vision?
You know what? As a designer, you really learn how to make pattern making and sewing. That's part of it. Or else it will be hard for you to visualize your work through designs. Dapat kasi habang dinidesign mo siya, in your head, naglalaro ka na paano ko to ikakat, paano ko to tatahiin. That's very important.
Okay. Maraming artists ang nahihirapan i-balance yung creativity at saka yung business side, no? You mentioned earlier na meron kang best friend na business manager. Pero paano mo binabalanse ang business and the fashion design? Ano ang maipapayo mo sa mga aspiring designers pagdating sa financial side ng kanilang brand?
It's very important, as a designer, to know the numbers as well. At the end of the day, kailangan ma-monetize yung ginagawa namin. And through a meeting, we always meet and collaborate with our team on a weekly basis on the business side of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's not just purely designing. That's the fun part. But the reality is, you have workers to be paid.
Yes.
You have, business permits to apply for you to be legit. That's why it's very important for you to have a team. My advice is for upcoming designers is, you need to set that up. If you want to be, very credible in this business that we're into, you need to set that foundation from the very beginning so that it won't be hard for you to apply it in the long run.
Okay. And as we move closer into 2025, how would you describe the global fashion trends? I mean, in terms of colors, materials, aesthetics, saan tayo patungo?
You know what? It's evolving.
Kaya labas natin yung crystal ball.
It's para bang with technology right now, Lisa. It's especially with AI. Grabe. I mean, in one click, you could create something already. But wala pa rin yung doon eh. I would say, kailangan may human touch pa rin. Hindi all about the convenience of designing, or else you're missing the point. You're missing how the creative process of what we're doing. There's no meaning to it. But kami as a designer, we put our heart and soul to it. There's passion, there's energy, you know, and you could see it in our work. AI doesn't do that. Diba?
So do you still design the old-fashioned way with pen and paper?
You know what?
Or is it like computer na?
For me, I'm very traditional. I want to sit down in a quiet place. I smell my paper. I sharpen my pencil and I smell it before I start anything. So it's like a ritual for
My
me.
ritual, okay, all right. And do you have a dream muse or muses that you love to design for?
Siyempre, it's all about international. I mean, one day I want to dress up Kate Middleton.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
but siyempre, nakaka-proud yun if a Filipino could design something for the royal family.
Yes, yes. For real life princess.
Yes.
Yes. And looking ahead after celebrating your first 25 years in the fashion industry, are there any new goals, projects that you are particularly excited about? Anything to plug, for example, as well?
Me and my business partner, RC Baltazar, you know, we want the Francis Libiran to be a brand. You know, that's what we're trying to do right now through creating retail clothes, home accessories, anything related to fashion.
So you're expanding.
We're expanding.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, to cosmetics, beauty and vanity, perfumes, we already started it. So we're heading to that direction. Naramdaman namin yun syempre para bang, of course, I mean, in the business for 25 years. So 25 years from now, medyo lolo na ako. so we're trying to really stabilize or para bang make the brand really strong as we get older. Because we see here in the Philippines, if you're a fashion designer, if you die, your name goes with you. And like in the international, there's Dior, there's Balmain, there's Valentino. Wala na sila.
Balenciaga.
Oo, wala na sila, but their name is still there.
Yeah.
And it evolves into other products, product line. And that's the vision that
Yeah.
we're trying to hit for.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really looking forward. And, well, of course, maraming salamat sa pagdalaw sa aming
Thank you,
programa,
Lisa.
Francis. Happy 25th anniversary, and we wish you, of course, more success in the coming years. And I'm going to wait for my gown.
Of course, yes.
Okay?
I have a design
Sige.
already in my
All
head.
right, pinangako mo yan,
Yes.
ha? All right. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art to Art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.